Hi everyone. Um, I am on vacation right now, but wanted to give a little bit of an update of where I am right now on my driver's license journey. It's been a bit of a mess. I am late. I had planned to get it within the first 2 months of being in Asturias, and that did not work out. Um, so this place, isn't this pretty? This is the roof of the hotel I'm staying in, and it's a nice little green area. So I decided to just use this as a time to just talk about it. Um, so where I am is that I have a United States license. That means that I cannot convert it to a Spanish license. I have to start all over again and do the driver's license theory exam and the practical exam before I can get a Spanish driver's license. So I have 6 months to do it, and a lot of my time has run out. So right now, the process is that I join a autoescuela, which I really, really recommend that you do if you have not had experience driving within the European Union. They give you some classes. The one I'm in is called Furman, and they give you some in-person classes and also some online practice tests. I have about 150 of those, and I really suggest that you do both of those. It's a little bit pricey. Right now I think I'm on the $500 €500 mark, but it's worth it. One thing to know about the driver's license is there are two types of licenses you can get for a regular car. You can get one for automatics and you can get one for manuals. Initially, I had decided, since I never learned how to drive a manual, I would do a manual. But Asturias is so hilly. I'm nervous, so I just decided to stick with the manual. Stick with an automatic and not really bother about learning how to use a manual. Um, so I'm going to give you a couple of tips that are helping me right now. So the first thing I want to mention is how tricky the test is. You really have to know the stuff. So for example, where you talk about the pedestrian sign, and in America, the multiple choice questions would be, is this a sign relating to pedestrians, relating to motorcycles, or relating to cars? It's really easy to figure out this is for pedestrians. But in Spain, the question would be something like, is this for pedestrians and bicycles, or pedestrians and mopeds? And I'm like, I think bicycles can go on a zebra crossing too, but you're not really sure. So you really, really have to know your stuff. And that's what is tricky for me. So reading the book is a little bit helpful. But second, what is most helpful is doing all the practice tests. There are about 150, but the wording is so specific, especially if you're doing the English version, that you really, really, really have to know the wordings and the practice tests. So, for example, my teacher mentioned that if you see the word only in there or never, then very likely it is not the right question, or it is not the right answer, because there are always exceptions. So, for example, imagine over a road where there is, instead of a dotted line where you can overtake, there's a solid line. The question is, can I overtake in this? If you see the word like, oh, you can never overtake under any circumstance, that's actually not the right answer, because there are always exceptions. If there's an accident on your side of the road, you can overtake a little bit, or if it's safe to do, or if there's a police officer that's telling you to, you can. So those are the kind of questions that you can get wrong so many times. The third thing is, do attend those in-person classes. That was my mistake. I thought, oh, I'll just do the practice tests and I will read the book and I'll keep on going. Well, I couldn't pass. I couldn't pass any of my practice tests until I started going for the in-person classes, where they gave me those tips on the onlys, or little nuances that you're not used to, or things that other students have been getting wrong. So do go for a few of those in-person tests. Many times it's just one, or you might need only like 3 or 4. But do try and go for those. And the last thing I would say is make time. Make time for this. Um, it takes a bit of time. I thought that I could be done one and done in a month. It's looking more like 2 to 3 months before I'm going to get my license. And I've been driving for a decade. So keep that in mind. Oh, and for the United States people, keep that in mind that unfortunately you're probably going to have to deal with a learner's permit because they changed the laws where before go you could just convert, you might not convert the license, but you could convert the years you've been driving. But now they only take a letter from the United States consulate in Madrid. And the problem is the consulate says they can't help because every single driver's license is state issued, not federally issued. So they can't get mine from Indiana. They can't get my Indiana license. They can only get records that are federal, and our licenses are not federal. So unfortunately, we can't. So that's where I am right now. Hopefully, I'll send an update on my driver's license. So, and then I can give you information about how I handled insurance, buying a car, all that other stuff. Right now, I'm still on my subscription, not an electric. I will tell you here why that was a bad idea, getting an electric car. But that's where I am right now. So thank you for listening, and link and subscribe if you like this content, and ask me questions if there's anything else you'd like to know, and I'll be happy to answer. So long, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.